Hello, seekers. Welcome to Punis Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Venus will make its move in the sign of Leo on 17th of July and will continue its duration in the Leo zodiac sign till 11th of August. Now, when Venus will move in the Leo, just a day before Venus transit, Sun will make its move in the sign of Cancer. So definitely you can see that Sun is 12th from Leo. This has a very significant importance in our life because Venus represents luxury, wealth. Venus represents the money that we have, any kind of material wealth and material happiness, relationships, marriage, sexual connections, importance of our own body, enzymes, hormones. So many things are ruled by the planet Venus. So when this Venus goes in the sign of Leo, which is a natural sun zodiac, which is the natural fifth house, it will hold a special significance in our life, especially when sun is in the water sign. And not only that, 4 or 5 days after Venus transit, Mars will move on 20th of July in the sign of Leo, for which I will make another video. So subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss the notifications of my video, and follow me on my social media. All platform links are given in the description box below. And I hope you will like this video. Comment your views in the comment section. So basically, when Venus goes into such a position, Venus also gets aspected by Jupiter, which is already retrograde. Another thing that will happen during the Venus transit is that Jupiter will change its nakshatra from Sadbhisha to Dhanishta. And the moment Jupiter goes into Dhanishta nakshatra, it is going to inflammate or make things go viral, especially the news about relationship, people who are involved into influential business, who are influencers, who are into media. Things will go viral about them. So depending upon the state of Venus in your horoscope, things will tune accordingly. We will discuss for every ascendant how the Venus transit will pan out. So there are two ways to look into it. One is by ascendant, one is by the moon sign. So there are two ways to look into this. One is by ascendant and one is by moon sign. You need to go to your own ascendant and watch the analysis practically how it will happen. And then if you know your moon sign, go to the other segment of the video where I'm discussing about your moon, about that particular zodiac sign, and take the analysis as psychological analysis. Listen to the full analysis and then apply it on your psychology, because moon transit is mostly based on how you will feel the transit rather than how the transit will actually happen. Say for example, if there's a yoga of marriage but you don't want to marry, so that means through ascendant it is fructifying, but through moon sign it is not, then there is a complication, and then it has to be addressed accordingly. If you want more details on how to watch a transit, I am putting out a video link both in the cards here, somewhere here, also in the description box below, where you can where I have explained in details how to look into a transit, how to look at various segments so that you can understand a transit in a better way. So let's continue the ascendant based analysis, starting with Aries ascendant. So ascendant number 1, Aries ascendant. In case of Aries ascendant, if you see, Venus will be in the 5th house. Venus rules 2nd house, Venus rules 7th house. So if you go by the direction of the Venus, Venus is 11th from the 7th. That means gain of marriage, gain of relationship. And it is 4th from the 2nd. So comfort of the family, comforting wealth. So these things are coming into picture. So this is definitely going to be a positive transit for you. 2nd house Lord being in the 5th house is very good for wealth generation, good for your own productivity. Through properties, business and finances, you will gain more income, because this Venus will also have an aspect on the 11th house. So that means productivity will rise. But this also means that your desire to change a job, your desire to convert your losses into income will also increase. But if you take this feeling on your head, and if you let Venus play its card, then Venus, being a materialistic planet, can actually put you into a spot where you are completely into the Maya, completely bogged down into the Maya, and you are, instead of being very happy, you are rather being insecure because of the presence of Rahu in Rohini. So don't be insecure about anything. Try to be as positive about the planet. See, Venus in the sign of Leo is definitely going to be a bit aggressive, because Leo is a fire sign and Venus is not a planet that is compatible with fire zodiacs. Also, if you see the position of Sun goes in the 4th house. Mars is going to be for some time in Ashlesha, but after 4 days, Mars will also move to Leo zodiac sign. So presence of Sun in a water sign for the entire duration of Venus transit as well as the presence of Mars from 20th of July is definitely going to give a lot of boost in the fifth house. So if your fifth house is getting boost, productivity is getting improved. Yes, you will have some tension about your children, their productivity, their career, but you will have to work on that. Fifth house is also house of learning. When both Mars and Venus are here, that means both Ichha Shakti and opportunity. That means desire and opportunity. Both are available for you. Try to make the best use of it. The only thing that I see is that fourth from Venus is Ketu. That means you will never feel happy with what you have. You won't feel happy with what you have invested in life. And in a way, that will be a driving force. But on the other hand, don't let it sit on your head. Otherwise, you will face some problem. Because Saturn aspect falls on Libra, things will remain unbalanced. And by seeing that unbalance, you would want to balance that part of your life. It's okay, but don't overspend anything. Because when Venus goes into a very aggressive Leo sign, Venus wants to go at the top. Venus wants to prove. Venus wants to show what he can do. Because fifth house is the house of expression, right? So you would want to express yourself very actively. It's fine, but then don't overdo anything, because Jupiter retrogression is making Venus go overboard. This can put you into a position where you're doing things overboard. Financially, good time. From health-wise, if you're a diabetic patient, just be very careful. Overall, this is going to be a positive transit for you. Zodiac number 2, Taurus zodiac sign. In case of Taurus, your ascendant lord is ruled by Venus, whereas also your sixth house is also ruled by Venus. So first lord and sixth lord is Venus. Venus goes in the fourth house. So if you see, the position of Venus is fourth with respect to Taurus, 11th with respect to sixth house, Libra. Now this is sixth house, which means loans, which means any duty, responsibility, service. So health of your mother can get impacted. You may be slightly concerned about her health. Health of your spouse, career of your spouse. Your spouse's movement in a foreign country can also trouble you a bit. So all those areas has to be taken care. You have to take care of the need of your spouse, need of your life partner. So those angles has to be seen in a positive way. Rahu on the first house is definitely making you insecure. It is making you insecure from quite a long time. But when Venus goes in the fourth house, you should decorate your home. You should make your home a cozy and a comfortable environment. Don't take home loan unnecessary at this time. Don't go overboard in your expenses, because obviously to buy a property or to buy a car or to buy a home, because you want to show, or you want to prove yourself, or you are tired of living in this environment and you want a more luxurious environment, Venus will push you. See, this pushing force should be utilized in a positive way. Don't rush, plan. The presence of Sun in the third house is also making you communicate your unhappiness. So if you're being vocal about what you're unhappy, if you're being vocal about your home, or if you want to move your home, everything is fine, but if done in moderation and with positive capacity. In future, Mars will also move in the fourth house, which is good. But Mars and Venus in the fourth house definitely means that it is going to transform the home in which you live. If you are planning to move to a foreign country, this is a good time. If you're planning to start an export-import business, it is a good time. Fourth house is also vehicle. So if you want to transport a vehicle from one place to another, good time. But overall, I don't see much of a trouble unless you invite a trouble. Yes, you need to take care about your diseases, because sixth house is also disputes and disease. So some issues in your home front can come, especially a fight with your sister. So those areas has to be carefully analyzed and dealt in a positive manner. Jupiter aspect on the fourth house is definitely going to give this Venus a greater opportunity. We all are in a work from home setup. So 11th Lord aspecting Lagna Lord, good transit. It only expands your identity, and don't validate yourself with validation coming from other people. Just try to validate yourself with your own with your own analysis. So you need to be your own invigilator. You need to be your own examiner. And by looking into the facts and figures of your own life, if things seems positive, don't worry. Give up your worries and let go. Bring more love at your home. Bring a lotus flower, place a lotus flower in your home, and always pray to Ma Mahalakshmi, and that will give blessings. Also, if you have any kind of Vastu dosh, try to rectify that. Ascendant number 3, Gemini ascendant. In case of Gemini ascendant, what happens? Venus rules your 12th house and 5th house. Now, this is very tricky. Now, when the 12th lord, which is the house lord of expenses, goes into the 3rd house, that means there are going to be floating expenses. You will be planning 10 rupees of expense, suddenly there will be 12 rupees of expense coming up. So that is something that you have to be prepared. This can also mean that it is good for people who are into transport business, who are good into spreading words in foreign country, who are good into converting loss into income. So those areas are going to be positive. 5th lord is also going in the 3rd house. Now, 5th lord going in the 3rd house, this is good for acting, this is good for media, journalism, any kind of communication that needs beauty enthusiast, beauty product market agents. All those areas are going to get a positive push of the Venus. Because 9th house Jupiter also aspects Venus, there are definitely going to be a career change, and because of your career you may plan to move out of your own home. Be careful, because the travel can be quite a long travel, it can be a repeated travel. So if you need to travel but safely. Venus is in the sign of Leo, and this lord Leo is in the 2nd house, so definitely the travel is going to be productive for you, but precaution is necessary because Saturn is in the 8th house. Especially if you are Gemini moon, then you will have Ashtam Dhaya running, so you will need to plan it out. Expenses will come because this is your hand and this is your 12th house. So buy a good watch, don't overdo or don't overspend, but buy a good watch, nicely looking watch, that will help you. This is wrist, this is arm, this is hand. This also means that expenses will always be in your hand, money will come in your hand and it will go away. So try to invest as quickly as possible. Just block your money somewhere. Overall, this is going to be a positive transit for you. But just remember one thing, fight with your brother and siblings, sisters can happen because of the opposite ideologies. Do not initiate an argument if you don't want to just spoil the relation. Overall, good transit. Mars presence will come in the future in this particular house. Mars will come in the 3rd house. When Mars goes in the 3rd house, it aspects the 6th house. So both Venus 5th and 6th house comes together. That means a lot of karma clearance will happen in this time frame, and by your own effort. So you need to increase your willpower, courage, and your efforts to act. More power to you. Ascendant number 4, Cancer ascendant. Now, in case of Cancer ascendant, Venus will rule the 11th house and Venus will rule the 4th house. Now, definitely this is going to be a very positive transit for you. If you see, the 11th lord is in 2nd house. That means good to save money, good to secure yourself financially. This will also help you securing a good job, good deal in business, so that financially you feel much more secured. This also shows that you are going to take a lot of actions, a lot of aggressive stance towards changing the way you earn money. Also, when 4th lord is also in the 2nd house, that means definitely it is auspicious about any event in the family, any event in the home. Good to buy property, good to invest money and secure yourself from the perspective of vehicles, home, land, all these things. 2nd house is also house of food. So you have to take care about the food that you eat, because see, 6th lord is in 8th house. This aspects the 2nd house. So if I show you more clearly, 6th house lord is in 8th house and 8th lord aspects the 2nd house. So when 6th lord is aspecting the 2nd lord from the 8th house, your food can become your enemy. So you have to be very careful about two things: the food that you eat and the amount of words that you speak, because the speech is also going to be a very, very important thing, because your speech can make or break your confidence. This is also going to transform the way you look, the way you are dealt in your family, the way you're respected in your family, the way your identity is going to change. You need to control your emotion and any kind of emotional outburst. Mars aggression in the 2nd house can really create harm, because Mars is actually the 5th lord. So if you want to express something, express cautiously. Don't go over the board. It is somewhat slightly negative for marriage, because Saturn retrogression in the 7th house and Venus being 8th from Saturn is not good for marriage, especially the health of your spouse. So take care on that angle of life also. Overall, it is going to be a positive transit. The only thing is, when Mars goes into this particular house, there is no Mars here. So Sun and Saturn will have a opposition for the entire transit of Venus. So you need to control your ego. You can't just simply boast and keep on speaking anything that you want, because that is going to come back at you, because second lord is in the first house. Whatever you speak will come back at you. So be careful. Don't curse anybody. Always speak positive, have positive affirmations, and always try to remain optimistic in this time frame. Overall, if you save money, if you're financially securing yourself, you are good to go. This is going to be a happy and an enjoyable transit for you. Leo ascendant. Now, in case of Leo ascendant, definitely Venus is on your head. Mars will come soon, and Sun is in the 12th house. So definitely this means that you are going to transform your personality. The ego will take a new shape. You will know something about yourself. You will try to dress good. You will try to look good. You are being more sensitive towards how people think about you. So don't do that. This is good for people whose image is their selling point. The image is what their career is for. Writers, media, journalists, advertising agents, influencers. It is a good transit for you, because when Venus goes in the first house, it tries to shine like a diamond. So Venus in the sign of Leo is shining like a diamond, especially when it is in the first house. 10th lord goes in the first house, means you will think logically about your own career, and any attempt to bring a change in career can be done, especially because Mars is also in the first house after 20th of July, and Mars will get out of the Ashlesha Nakshatra, Ashlesha Gandanta, time to start something new. Luck will favor you. On the other hand, Venus also rules your third house. So third house means help coming. You will be getting help from brother or brother-like people in your life. Also, it means that the communication about you is going to change. So be careful about the critics and criticism about you in public. Everything is fine, but your wrong move, your wrong approach can actually go against you, because Jupiter is retro. Public may turn against you. Venus will also find Saturn in the 6th house. So you need to execute your duties and responsibility, because 10th house is also the house of duty. Karma is everything for you. Try to execute karma as much as possible. There's a good time to repay loans. There's a good time to take care of any relations that you are not taking care of. For this, from the perspective of marriage, this is okay. Any kind of issues will be resolved, except if you bring ego. Do not bring ego. Do not bring anger, because if you bring anger and ego, this is going to spoil the presence of Venus in the sign of Leo. Anger and ego will be dissolved because Sun is in the 12th house in the sign of Cancer. So going nearby lake or river and meditating at the sound of water flowing. You will get so many videos on YouTube. If you meditate on that, this is going to be a very positive emotion, and this will uplift your mood. And in case you are stuck anywhere and you don't know what to do, you will need guidance of a person who is expert of that field. So do that. Overall, this is Mercury on this hand is also taking care of your finances. So you need to take care of your personality. It's going to be a personality altering transit for you. Good for you. Virgo ascendant. For Virgo, Venus rules your 9th house and your 2nd house. So definitely Venus is ruling your very two important house, a wealth house and a house of destiny, luck, knowledge. That goes in the 12th house. Now Venus definitely find true expression in the 12th house. Because Venus gets exalted in the sign of Pisces, which is the 12th house. It is about expenses. So only when you spend money, luxury will come to you. So Venus in the 12th house gives you power to spend. So you have the power both to enjoy luxury as well as donate. Now, in this case, if you see, second lord is in the 12th house. So definitely it means loss of values of life. Some values of life will change. It can create issues with a family member. It can create issues because of the ideological difference, point of view with one of the family member. Also, it means that there will be unnecessary expense on luxury. So you have to be very careful on expenses on two things. One, luxurious items because you want to show to somebody, or travel, because 9th house is also travel. So don't try to showcase your knowledge unnecessarily. Don't try to showcase the wealth unnecessarily. Try to rather donate that wealth, because when you will give, the 12th lord is in the 11th house, it will come back to you. So whatever you give to society will come back to you. That is one thing that you have to be very, very cautious about. Soon Mars will make its move in the house of Leo. When Mars makes a move, because I cannot ignore Mars and its influence on Venus, Mars is your 8th lord. It will create a Vipareet Raj Yoga. But remember, all the necessary transformation that should happen from the house of Taurus and Libra will happen after Mars makes its move. So you have to be very, very careful. This is the time to invest more money for a future gain. The gain might not come now, but for the future gain, you have to invest more money. It can be an investment of effort also. Overall, Jupiter aspect from the 6th house on this Venus can literally put ideological war in your life. So you have to be slightly careful from that angle. You will not be happy with your efforts. And because you are not happy, you are putting in more efforts. Be careful, because happiness is not what you should look when Venus is in the 12th house. Happiness comes in giving. See, 4th house is also under Papkartiri of Ketu and Saturn. So happiness quotient is absent. So in this case, instead of being happy, try to be satisfied, try to give, and whatever you give, as I said, will come back to you. So give positive, so that positive comes back to you. The good thing is that the ascendant lord will be in the 10th house during the transit of Venus, because Mercury will take some time to move in the sign of Cancer. But yes, the initial first half of the Venus transit, when Venus is in Magha Nakshatra, Mercury being in its own sign means you are in control of the situation. So that is a good thing. When you are in control of the situation, bring more power to yourself. The only problem is that in the trine, there are hard planets. Forget about the moon in the first house. It's going to be only for the 2 days. But if you are a Virgo ascendant or Virgo moon, you will see Saturn in the 5th, Rahu in the 9th. So definitely it's a transit where softer planets are going in the 12th house, where hard planets, harsh planets, Krur Graha, are going to give you success. That means you need to hit your problems head on, and you have to work really hard for everything. But if you work hard, remember, Venus finds its highest expression in the 12th house. You will get an equal amount of rewards also. So it's going to be a hardworking yet rewarding transit for you. Next ascendant is Libra ascendant. In case of Libra ascendant, if you see, Venus rules your ascendant, Venus rules your 8th house. Rahu is also in the 8th house and Venus is in the 11th house. See, this is the time when your source of income will get transformed. The way you earn money is transforming. The way you get gains is transforming. But because Rahu is transiting in the 8th house and Venus goes into the 11th house, attempt to get gains from speculative means is fine. But remember that things can be elusive. Rahu in the 8th house can give illusion of investment. Say, for example, you buy a property. You think that tomorrow that property will give you a lot of gains. But after, say, 6 months, whatever you buy now will come under litigations, and that is stuck. There's a stay order. You can't do anything about it. You get money, but that money is, you have to invest that money somewhere that you can't enjoy. So remember, this Venus will give you opportunities to change your source of income. This Venus will give you opportunity to put you as a brand. So you should put yourself as a brand in this case. But remember, any investment will have its consequences. So you need to start donating, because when you give, you will get it back. The 11th lord is in 10th house. That means it's more about karma, not about receiving the results of the karma. Because first you need to bring in the change about yourself, that you connect yourself with your source of income and keep doing the karma and not expect anything. Only after, say, Venus will move out of the sign of debilitation, when Venus will go into Libra, is when you will start seeing the results, depending upon your Mahadasha and Tadasha, obviously. Overall, this is a positive transit, but yes, Venus, Saturn retrogression in the 4th house means you're unhappy about your income. You want a desperate change. Desperation should not kick in. Let Mars move in the sign of Cancer. When Mars will go in the sign of Cancer, Mars will move out of the sign of Cancer. Second lord goes in the 11th house. Then it's a very strong chance for a very proper change in the source of income, having a good investment, getting a lot of money, gains, everything is fine. Because see, this axis is money and investment axis. This lot of these axis, lot of this axis goes like this. So definitely 2 and 8th house lord goes into the 11th house, transformation of money, wealth, investment, everything is fine. So this is going to be a profit-making transit for you, but if you are careful, use it wisely. Scorpio ascendant. Now, in case of Scorpio ascendant, if you see, Venus rules your 12th house and Venus rules your 7th house. This 7th lord goes into 10th house. Now, this is definitely a conflict in marriage because of career of your spouse. Also, what should you do? What should be the livelihood? Which angle of life should be which business you should do so that you get lot more money is going to be the theme of this transit. Also, when 12th lord goes in the 10th house, you need to be careful that there can be a job loss. Don't show ego. Don't show unnecessary, courage, which is not necessary. Dispute lord Mars is also going in the 10th house after 20th of July. So definitely this is going to bring change of role. Good thing is Mars also rules your ascendant. So you will be on the top. You will be able to control everything. The bad thing is Ketu is on the ascendant. So in spite of being on the top, you will miss few points and that is going to derail you. So on one hand, one planet is trying to give you, the other planet is trying to counter it, then the third planet is covering that up, and the fourth planet is again creating problem. It's a push and pull scenario. So in that case, you have to be very careful about two areas of your life: what you spend, what is your career, what is your business, and how public reacts, how people think. So in this case, for you, if you are a Scorpio ascendant, you need to check your Arudha Lagna. If you check your Arudha, that is going to be the best thing that you can do in this Venus time frame, because Venus is definitely image, it's luxury, right? So check Arudha. If Arudha has negative impact, try to correct your image in your area, within your circle. If the Arudha is good, that means you can take a leverage, take advantage, and that can put you into a promise that better roles will come, better job will come, better career prospects will come, foreign transactions will be more good for people who are into export and import business. But overall, because I cannot ignore the dispute quality of Mars, and Mars in the sign of, when Mars goes into the sign of Leo, the sun is in the sign of Cancer. So Mars won't get the strength of the sun. Sun is very emotional, sensitive. So this is like being very touchy, being very oversensitive. So you don't know what people will say when you will about your statement. So be very careful about your post on social media, how you deal with internet, how you deal with people. Communication can make or break things. Overall, the career is going to be the maximum impact here. Career and marriage, basically. Transformation, yes, that is possible. Mercury is going to be in the 8th house. Things are in your favor, but as long as you are taking control of it. So you have to, Saturn is retro in the 3rd house. That means sometimes you will have to exercise control and overpower events of your life. Do it carefully, do it logically, do it with proper planning, without dominating, but on a positive note, and things will be fine for you. Sagittarius ascendant. Now, in case of Sagittarius ascendant, if you see, Venus is your 11th lord and Venus is your 6th lord. So definitely Venus is not a Karaka, but Venus is the lord of two Upacha houses. 6th house and 11th house are Upacha, so 50% of your finances and the way you will earn your livelihood, money, is ruled by Venus. That Venus goes in your 9th house. What a beautiful placement. This is like luck will be in your favor. 11th lord is in the 9th house. Money will come. 6th lord is in the 9th house. You will get the role that you really want. So this is the time to manifest the reality. You want something in your life, desire about it. Wish more, because this is 11th lord going 11. This is Bhava, the Bhavam of the 11th house. So wish fulfilling transit is here for you. If in your horoscope Venus is somehow positive, and Venus, and if you are in Virgo moon sign, then people with Sagittarius ascendant and Virgo moon sign will benefit the maximum in this Venus transit. The thing is that sun will be in the sign of Cancer. So whatever God gives you, you have to invest. So this is not the time when you will get and you will spend. No, you are getting money, invest. If you're investing for the future, and if you're investing for the cause of good, well done. But if you are not doing that, then Ketu will bring unnecessary blind expenses and you will end up spending everything that you have earned. So it will be like back to square one after Venus transit gets over. So be very careful in that case. Saturn in the 2nd house and Ketu in the 12th house is definitely making your ascendant and moon sign go under Pap Kartari. And if you are a Sagittarius moon sign, that means you are in Sadhe Sati. This Venus does gives necessary relief by providing boost in the destiny, boost in your luck, but you can't trust luck. On the other hand, Rahu is 10th from Venus. Now, this is something that you have to see. Because Rahu is 10th from Venus, dispute can come because you are thinking about luxury, because you got 1 rupee gain. Now you are aiming for 10 rupee gain. That is not what this Venus means. This Venus means you got 1 rupee gain. First invest that 1 rupee, try out for another rupee, and then another rupee. It's a step approach. But if you just try to jump, then there are planets like Saturn and Jupiter sitting in the 2nd and 3rd house. You will get the message through numbers, through people, through these kind of videos. If you get hold of the message, fine. But if you don't, then there can be loss. Remember, Ketu is in Anuradha. It's a compulsive loss. You will not be able to view the loss. Also, when Mars goes into the 9th house, definitely 12th Lord is in the 9th house. On one hand, it shows that the word will reach the foreign country. On the other hand, it shows that 9th house means donation. So go to a temple, donate some money, donate to the gurus, do some charity towards teaching, towards female education. Then you will see that overall this transit will be extremely good for you. One more angle to this transit is the Jupiter's aspect on Venus. Now, why? Because Jupiter is your ascendant lord. If your ascendant lord is aspecting Venus, that means you can enjoy that transit. Retrograde planet can make you wish more and more and more. So greed can also come up along with everything. So greed is something that you have to manage. You have to take control. And for this, the best thing is to bring a Shri Yantra in your home and start chanting Lakshmi Mantra, Lakshmi Mantra, and you can also chant Shri Suktam. It will be great remedy for you. Ascendant number 10, Capricorn Ascendant. Now, in case of Capricorn Ascendant, Venus will rule the 10th house and Venus will rule the 5th house. Definitely it rules one trine and one Kendra Bhava, central house. And this Venus goes into 8th house. Well, when Venus goes into 8th house, it will definitely increase the quotient of lust, greed, hunger, desire, because it is the planet that controls all these activity. And 8th house means something that is secret or hidden. Remember, when Mars also goes into 8th house and with a retrograde Saturn, the desire can actually cross all sorts of logic or boundary. So you have to be very, very careful. 5th house is also in the 8th house. So the person can focus on speculative gains, gambling, trying to take a risk, bitcoins, whatever. See, everything is fine as long as you know what you're doing is legally and logically correct for you and for your relatives and for your business partners. So if you're doing that, if you're managing the funds of external funds of public, if you are maintaining enough precaution, things will be fine. This is good time to rekindle love in marriage. Romance can be rekindled at this time frame. This is also the good time to start thinking about major investing on beautiful things, luxurious things, investing on something like marble. So marble is Mars and Venus combination. It is related to earth element. It is related to beauty. So that is the 8th house for you. Secret investment, secret desire, secret fashion. So cult following, all these things will become very dominant when Venus goes into the 8th house. But mostly because Venus is in the 8th house, especially from your moon, if you have moon in the sign of Cancer, Capricorn in your own horoscope, remember, this means that you would work for your transformation. You would learn something for the transformation of your own life. So that is actually good for you. If you're learning something, if you're working on something that is going to change your attitude, change the approach to life, especially from the financial angle and the career angle. Now if you see, the 12th Lord Jupiter is in the 2nd house, and this aspects Venus. So insecurity is about finances, can make you think more about investment. Now you're investing not only money, but also your emotions, time and effort. Everything is fine, but if you don't calculate it properly, then it can be like you're wasting your efforts. You're trying to do something or achieve something that you will never get in the first place. So be very cautious on that angle. Learn more, try to gather a lot of information, and then you push yourself for the real efforts in life, especially in this domain of marriage and romance. This can be a life-changing transit for you. This can revive a dead relation, but You should not become impulsive, obsessive, narcissistic, or any kind of, don't go cross the boundary. Otherwise, this Venus can ruin this house. Remember, this is a fire sign, and love is rekindling in the 8th house. 8th house means secret desire. So that areas has to be managed carefully. Overall, this is going to be a very transformative transit for you. If you can learn the way you do the karma, things will be fine. Aquarius ascendant. Now, in case of Aquarius ascendant, if you see, Venus is going to rule the 9th house and Venus is going to rule the 4th house. And 9th lord is 11th, so gain of destiny through marriage. So if you are so if you're planning to start a business where your spouse is involved, it's a good time to do so. 4th lord is also 4th from itself, so it's a bhavat bhavam of the 4th house, which means gain of happiness. This is the right time to rekindle fire in your marriage. You will become more happy, more but it might make your marriage a bit more material, so you have to take care of that angle, because Mars will also go in the 7th house. Now, this is a very good time to start any business that is associated with vastu, decoration of home, interior designing, textiles, beauty products. So if or beautiful lighting, beautiful electricity, or any kind of gadgets that looks really artistic and beautiful. Jupiter will be in your 1st house, and Jupiter is your Dhana Bhava Lord. Now see, the Dhana Bhava Lord aspects the Bhagyasthan Lord. So this is going to be highly beneficial for you. You just need to be slightly cautious about any disputes that can come out because of your emotional decisions, or you being too sensitive about any criticism in your business or relationship. Reason, 7th lord is going to be in the 6th house. Sun, while it is in the sign of Cancer, will be very sensitive. The sun is more emotional. The sun is more dramatic, I will say. So the drama will be more than the reality. So you have to be careful on that part. Another part is you will not be happy with your own career. So you would want a better role in life, which is not bad. For that, you can start an alternative source of income, which is also one good aspect of Aquarius ascendant and Aquarius moon sign. But remember, if you are an Aquarius moon sign, you are also running a Sadesati at this time frame. And this Saturn is actually destabilizing the sign of Libra because of its retrogression. Venus important is going to be very crucial in this case. And the role of your spouse in your life, and the advice that your spouse gives, advice that your business partner gives, advice that the professional people give you, should not be ignored. This is also the time when you can go to some exotic place, travel to some nice, beautiful environment with your spouse, with your partner, with your friends. And this can be good if you're doing it safely. That can also lift your mood and give you more happiness. Mercury is also good and nicely placed in the 5th house when Venus will make a transit to Leo. Good thing. A dispute resolution will also happen because Venus will no longer be with Mars in Ashlesha in the 6th house. So it is getting out. Now, Venus is the natural karaka of the 7th house. So if your horoscope allows it, you can also meet your life partner in this time frame. The two areas where Venus will have maximum impact is business and marriage. Also from the home front, because Sun will be in the 6th house, ego clashes has to be avoided. Because of jealousy, because of your superiority or display of power, relations can go sour. So don't do that. Saturn will also have a third aspect on the 2nd house, which is the Pisces zodiac sign. Now, this is important because this is the house of exaltation of Venus. So any kind of display of ego is going to activate the third aspect of the Saturn, which is going to destroy Venus zodiac sign. If Pisces gets impacted, both Jupiter and Venus gets impacted, because Pisces is a zodiac sign where both Jupiter and Venus finds peace, and both are in the mutual aspect. So you have to be very careful about what you do with your family, with your money, with your food, with your words, and what you do with your securities of life. Don't become insecure, and just try to enjoy, because this kind of transit of Venus is more about enjoying, more about celebrating, more about living your life, and more about wish fulfillment, to try to make the best use of it. Pisces ascendant and Pisces moon sign. Now, in this case, definitely Venus will travel in the 6th house. Now, this is a Vipreet Rajyog because your 8th lord goes into 6th house and your 3rd lord also goes in the 6th house. So, first of all, one Upachya house lord goes into another Upachya house. So, these are the Upachya house lord 3rd, because there are 4 Upachya houses 3, 6, 10, and 11. Out of this, 3rd lord goes into 6th house, good for business, good for changing role, good for livelihood. This is the time when you will get the kind of role that you were desiring after a lot of struggle, because struggle is one part because of the Vipreet Rajyog. Now, Vipreet Rajyog, 8th lord in 6th house will only get fructified if there are Vipreet condition or adverse condition. This is called Rajyog in adverse condition. So whenever, if you find an adverse situation in your life right now, trust God, trust the universe that Venus will give you positive result. This is also the time when your efforts are going to materialize in a positive way. Jupiter is actually your ascendant lord, and the direct aspect of Jupiter is going to help you get rid of the difficulties in life through comfort, because Venus is the planet of comfort. So you need to be slightly more comfort. So it means you need to be comfortable with your problems. You can't crib. You need to enjoy the problem. You need to laugh at it, and you need to take it head on as if it's a cakewalk for you. So that is one angle by which you can correct the energies of Venus. Definitely, when your ascendant lord is aspecting this Venus, you are in control. One more aspect of Venus, especially for Pisces, and this is true for Pisces and Pisces ascendant only, that Venus rules your 8th house, and then 8th from 8th is also controlled by Venus. So the 8th energy, which is occult energy, intuition, gut feeling, will become very high. But you need to differentiate between the true gut feeling and the illusion of Rahu. So you will need lot of help. You can take the help of an astrologer. You can take the help of a professional person, but try to avoid any dispute. 6th house Venus also means you need to pray to Mahalakshmi, Devi Durga. Also, you need to work towards helping female child education or female welfare. Whatever you can do about it, you should do it. Venus is in Magha Nakshatra. This means queen, serving the queen. So who is queen of your life? Your mother, your daughter, your wife? Who is the queen of your life? You need to serve her. That means give gifts. Be humble. Resolve any conflicts or resolutions of life with that woman of your life. If you can do that, that will give much more strength to this Venus, and this will suddenly transform your life. And this transformation will be totally invisible. You won't realize from where this transformation is happening. Suddenly things are changing for you. So that is one angle through which you can improve this Venus, because your ascendant is where Venus gets exalted. So Venus will always love your ascendant. Remember that. But Pisces is also a zodiac sign where donation comes into picture. So you have to give. Pisces is the sign to give, because in Samudra Manthan, when the churning of the ocean happened, ocean gave. It didn't took anything. So it gave whatever good, bad, whatever it had. It simply gave to the humanity. So similarly, your role is to give, and give to the cause of female welfare. If you can do that, Venus will become very positive. Remember, with this Venus, you need to also understand the power of Sun. 6th house is also called as Prarabdha Karma. Now, when the Prarabdha Karma Lord sits in the 5th house, you need to learn from the mistakes. You need to learn from the dispute. After all, Venus is a guru. So when you learn from the mistakes, when you get educated, you will see that this small period of Venus transit will give you a lot of positive education that can come handy in the near future. So sit in your life with a copy and pen, note down all the events, and see what can you learn from it. So because this will be a very transformative as well as educative transit for you. So this was the analysis for all the 12 zodiac sign. I hope you like it, and if you like, do not forget to hit like and comment your views in the comment section below. If you want to support the channel, the links are in the description box below. To take my consultation, drop me an email. The email ID and the Telegram and Instagram links are all in the description box below. Watch my other videos, and if you like other videos, share the videos among family and friends. Let people know about the channel. Spread the word of Puneet's astrology, and we'll meet in the next video. Till then, this is your host Puneet. Bye-bye.